Hello everyone, I'm Zishansha and welcome to Z Interactive Premium Tutorials. Now in this lesson we will create these buttons which are on the front panel. So what I will do here is that I will create a blend node and I will use blending mode add over here. And what I'm going to do here is that I will add a shape node as well, because this shape will be disk and this disk will be our button output. I'll just scale it down a bit. And what I'm going to do now is that I'll add a transform node to it. Make sure it is absolute no tiling. And I will connect it to the foreground. And soon I will do it, it will start popping it out, but I have to put it in this place where I want it, which is basically this front panel. This is where I want it, but like the angle in the guide here, the background, it's a little bit different. So we cannot go 100% with it because you can see on the 3D view, it is not in the centers. So I have to make sure it is actually in the center. So I will just turn off the guide and I will eyeball it myself manually. So I can make sure everything is in the center. And I will use my arrow keys on the keyboard so I can easily move it up or down, but it takes a little time because keyboard are a little bit the keyboard keys are a little bit slower. So just trying to match this a bit. So we have this basic button here. So I can increase the size of it a little bit. You can manually decrease the size of the shape from the shape itself instead of transform 2D. So that will give you much more better result. But here I have used the transform 2D to scale it. That's also fine. Now let's make it a little blurred out so it will become softer. So we'll get rid of those artifacts. So I will up the quality and reduce the intensity a bit. And then what I'm going to do is that it needs some sort of levels here. So let's move everything apart and I will add levels here. So I will just try to make a space for the levels. So I will try to keep the softness over there and sharpness as well. So not too sharp, not too soft. So it should not look like knife cut or it should not look like marshmallow. So I have to be somewhere in between. Okay, I will reduce the intensity, try to I'm just looking for the right value here. Okay, so let's use subtract here because I just want to create a shaft, and from this shaft I want the button to be created. So just increase the blur intensity a little bit more, so it should look more softer from the sides. And I'll play with the levels to fix this. Okay, so reduce this white amount so it can pop a little bit out more. Okay. Intensity, I will reduce it a little bit more. So it looks, it shouldn't look that, it should not look that softer. It should be a little sharp as well at the same time. And a little deeper. So I have this button inset here, the shaft. And I will try to put it in a nice position where I can have enough space to write the text on top of it. Okay. Now what I will do here is that I will add another blending node here. Use add so I can see everything, what's going on. And I will take this level node here. Okay. I think I'll take this transform instead of levels. Take the transform and not transform. I think I will copy these two and copy paste. Bring them here and just press Alt over here so that it won't overlap, because I don't like things when they overlap. Otherwise, what happens next time when you visit there, it looks very confusing. So now I will add it here. Working with nodes is very messy if they are not clean. So now I'll use blending node as add, and I will add this value here so I can have this button coming out of it. Like I just want to like stick it out, but not that much. But let's see. Let's do the settings, and then wherever we will find the sweet spot, I will stop there. Usually on the retro like television or retro appliances, buttons were sticked out much. So they were not like nowadays you don't have that, like these kind of buttons anymore, because barely they stick out. But they used to be like this before. So I will use this transform 2D more like as a opacity mask. Will give me some this sort of a effect, but I don't want that here. Let's try okay, let's try this to the button that we added. This is what I was looking for. So just by mistake I just added in the inset. I was supposed to add it on the button itself, not the inset. So now it looks like it's coming out of it. It's like sticking out of that gap, that hole, or inset or shaft, whatever you want to call it. So let's see from all the sides how it looks like. So it needs to be a little softer. So, but first we have to decide how what should be the height of this, like how much it should stick out. And now I will add a blur HQ over here to make it a little softer. Up the quality, reduce the intensity, not that much. Something like this will be fine. But as you can see, it is giving me a weird sort of effect. Let's find a right value. Let's play with the bevels and then we can go back and check the settings there. It's all about trial and error. So this looks fine, but let's try more settings there. I will reduce the intensity a little bit more, 0.5 instead of 0.8. Okay. And you can see those dents which were on the panel now are on the buttons. So that is good because buttons should have dents as well. Let's do some settings in the levels just to get the right amount that we are looking for. So just do some settings here. Just trying to look for a right spot here. Okay. And I'll play with intensity a little bit more so that it can become more softer. I don't want this to be like conical. I want it to be more cylindrical. So height is one more thing. So as as much as it's sticking out, it's taking a lot of mesh out of it, so it will not look good. So don't make it deeper. Like don't make it make it a little deeper instead of sticking out. So at this stage, it looks like this. Let's see what we can else do with this. Do with it. Okay, so till now, this looks fine. Let's see if we can do something about it in near future. Okay, so I'll add this one connector here so I can fix this whole thing. And I will add another blending node over here. Okay, and I'll use add blending node here. And I will copy all these. And I will paste it. Put it here. And put it inside the foreground. I will put Alt and move this part up so they won't overlap. Let's try to make it nicer. Okay, so what we are going to do, a little bit inset on top of the button, like on the cap of the button. So it will have a nice look and feel. So I will use subtract node here. And what I'm going to do is that I will take this shape transform, and it's too huge for this. I will reduce the size of it. And okay, I'm getting there. Yep. But it's too small and also it's too blurred. So first let's do one thing. Let's reduce the intensity of the blur HQ here, or remove the blur HQ for now, and later on we will add it. Also I will remove the levels just temporarily. So once we are done getting what we are looking for, then I will add fresh new one. Okay, so I will reduce the size of it. Yep, that's what I was getting. This much I want the border around the button and its inset. So let's adjust tweak a little bit more. Now what I will do is that I will add blur HQ grayscale to make it softer. Up the quality, reduce intensity. 0.5 value, I will use it, or even more lower, 0.3. Or I think 0.1, let's see how it looks like. Okay, and now I'll add a blend node. First of all, I will reduce this white amount just to see how we are getting the effect. Okay. This deep I want the inset to be. Now let's play with the manual input, like with the values instead of sliding the slider. 0.01 level out high, and now I'll play with the top parts here. And I will push them in so I can have this sort of a result here. Okay. Looks fine. Let's see what else we can do with it. So you can see this dent is over there, which looks good because this dent, it is like getting it from the this dents on this panel we made it. Okay, so I'll make this vertical tile just to see what kind of effect we can get it from the transform, because we need more buttons. Okay, so this sort of a effect we are getting here. Okay, so let's see what else we can do here. If I scale this down, so it will increase the gap. Okay, but I don't want this size, so I will increase the scale and then increase the size from the transform itself, so the gap remains same. So let's do the same with the button itself. Let's first make the button a little bit bigger from the transform. Okay, it's sticking much more out, like it's sticking a lot right now. I don't want to make it looks like I don't want it to stick a lot. Okay, let's do one thing. Okay, so I have added the transform to it, to the like a vertical tiling to all to these transform, the two one. So what I will do, I will just copy this one, the one which we created, and delete the old one and put it here. Okay, so I have just deleted the old one and I have added the new one here, because we need the shapes separately. So I don't want to use the same shape. I want to use the shape that we like a separate shape. Like I don't want a common shape. So each and every part will have their own shapes. So you can see now it have its own shape instead of using the older shape. Now I can control it more. Okay. Okay. So we'll done with this part. so what we are going to do now is that let's do some settings here, sizes and everything of the shape. Now we can individually we can scale it up because it's not using the common scale. So we can scale the button up directly from the shape itself because it's not using the common shape. It's using its own shape. So I can, without getting worried about the common shape size, I can increase or decrease the shape size itself. So let's find the right value here. Okay, now what I will do the same thing. The cap inset that I created before, I will take these and what I'm going to do is that just remove these bars first. Now I will take these two shapes, copy them, and put it inside this transform 2D. So it should have its own shape rather than common shape, so you can control it much more better. Now in the transform 2D here, what I'm going to do, it's already have turned on the vertical tiling. You can have vertical tiles over there. And this one is also vertical tiling. I will take this vertical tiling and delete the one which is on the cap inset, and I will put this in between. Okay, so we got this one, and we also what we need to do is that scale down the size of this shape, and that's all, and we'll get the cap inset. Okay, so we have 4 buttons instead of 5. That's fine with because I don't want to have more buttons here. I just want to crop this area, like I just only want these 4 buttons which are on the panel itself, and other buttons I want to remove it. So what I can do in this case is, let's see what we can do here. Let's pull this up a little bit so I can have more space for a new blending node. So I will select this blend node first. Okay. And then I will just shift and move it up. Shift, click, move it up. To move, you can have to press shift on your keyboard and move it to anywhere you want. And then I'll crop it. So I will crop it till the area where it shows only the buttons itself. Yep, something like this. And same I will do from the top. Slow and steady. Just I want to see where it goes fine. Okay, oops. I came too fast. Okay. Yep, that's fine. So I'll just make a little bit more space here. I want to arrange it, doesn't look that neat, so I have to make it neater. It's just I always try to put everything in the right place so we can easily we can work on other parts. What I will do here is that I will take this, copy it, okay, and then disconnect it from that part, and I will use between these two nodes level and blend. And as I will do that, it will give me this option there. What I will do, I will copy this one from here, paste it again, disconnect from here, and use between these two nodes. Okay, so we are done with the inset cap also. Now only thing remaining is the inset for the whole button, the shaft, the button shafts, the holes for the buttons. So I will copy paste again, disconnect it, use between these two nodes, connect them, and here we go. We got the front panel here. So let's see if we have anything to tweak. Looks fine. We just want to arrange them nicely. Always try to organize it like much more nicely. Otherwise, what will happen if you will wait for the end, then you might get lost in between, because it's like messed up nodes always creates a lot of confusion. It's very hard to find stuff, because layers, you can make folders, you can rename, and those kind of things, you can do that. Here you have to work, on the fly. You have to uh, keep on arranging stuff. So that's what I always try to do. So let's move this a little bit away so we can have more space for the frame. So I'll select all of these, right click here, add frame. Let's resize the frame so it will fit everything inside. Okay. And yep. Dents and everything are showing up, so going good. Okay. So a little bit tiny problem we have on the bottom, so that we have to crop it here. So I will just push it a little bit more. You can expose this value if you want, but not only the bottom, everything will be exposed, because they all are one part of it. But here I just want to manually change from all of these, because they will use different values. So I'm just trying to find a better value here. Let's try here. Okay. But the button is now a bit cropped from the bottom. Now it's fine. Okay, so looks fine by now. Let's save it. So now what we can do is that we can create opacity masks. Let's do that. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So that's all. I hope you have understood something out of it. And I would like to thank you all for becoming member of my uh, premium membership plan. And thanks a lot for joining this lesson. I'm really thankful to you all for supporting me, and I hope to receive your support continuously. And let's do some changes here. What I'm trying to do here is that trying to connect it with the levels of itself, just like this here. Okay. Anyhow, I have noticed that many of you are watching my videos, but you have not subscribed to my channel yet. So please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed to my channel, and also click on the bell icon so you can receive all the notification about the new content I will be uploading soon. And one request I have, and that is I have noticed that some of the viewers are watching my videos. They're not watching my videos online. Instead, they are downloading them, especially the premium tutorials. And please, I don't want any sort of piracy. So please help me to get rid of these piracy issues. And if you find someone downloading my videos, please stop them, because this will really demotivate me. So I don't want to stop making like tutorials for you all by getting demotivated. Therefore, help me to get new subscribers. And I will take off now, guys, and take care. Take care till we meet in the next class. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning on Z Interactive, your own training institute. Now, before going, let's do one thing. Let's put some comments over here, so which will act like a labels. So this will be front button mask, opacity mask, and this one, what I will do here is that, so here, what I'm going to do, I will take this one and use a level out of it. Okay, and I will move the white amount more inwards so it will become more visible. Okay, let me reduce the opacity of the background so I can see how much white amount we are getting here. Okay. So I will add a comment label here. So I will just copy this one, Control C, select this one, Control V, and I will change the shaft and remove the shaft here. So just I will use front button's opacity mask. And this one should be front button's shaft opacity mask. Okay, so these are the insets or caps, border, or whatever you want to call them. So I will take this blend node and I will create a levels out of it. Same like what I did with the buttons. And I will slide this white area. Everything becomes visible. Okay, this much I want it. So I just don't want that gray outer border. I just need that white part. Oops. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. A little hard to control. Yep, that's fine. And here, what I will do is that I will add a comment. I will paste the one that I copied, and I will call this, instead of shaft, what I will do is that I will call it front button inner shaft, or inset you can write it, but I'll just that front button inner shaft opacity mask. Okay, so that's it. So guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you liked my video, please click the like button, and stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning on Z Interactive, your own training institute. And we'll meet in our next class. So again, please help me to get more subscriber, and those who have not subscribed, please subscribe it, and also click on the like button if you liked my video. Take care everyone once again.